almost a choking hazard.
Happy Women's History Month, everyone.
Princess and the Bear here. We're at Disney Springs today because it's time to celebrate her story. Because as your #1 choice in food infotainment, we celebrate as many of the heritage months as we can fit into one channel. Because her story is important, your story is important, and as your #1 choice in food infotainment, we're going to do that for you. Remember, she's vegan, I'm not. Let's go see what fun adventures we can get into today.
Be sure to learn about some woman in history that you don't know about.
I heard the girl.
You're My Boy Blue is back. This beer is co-founded and the CFO is a woman. She actually started a company with her son. It is Brewbus Brewing. This one is Frontera. Cheers. So good. I just tried this for the first time when we went to Endless Summer Resort and got their vegan banh mi burger. And I wanted to steal it from Bear. I loved it so much. I'm glad I get to have it on tap. It's another beautiful experience. I do think it tastes better on tap, as most beers do. It's really like a mild blueberry, and I don't really like wheat beers, but I love this one. I will give it a 4.5 out of 5 blueberries. You are my boy, Blue.
I love to see beers we love proliferate to other places, other bars. City Works is still the best place to get beer anywhere on property, even with Big River Brewing closing down. It would never held a candle to City Works anyway. Their choices on beers is immaculate. Switch their food, get some updates. But You're My Boy Blue was a pleasant surprise when we went to Endless Summer, so I'm glad that it's here. Cheers to her story. So this is what I remember. Definitely better on tap. If you are a person who's curious about fruit beers, but you don't like things that are overly sweet, I can't recommend this beer enough. Give it 4.25 out of 5 plus. So here we have the Three Daughters Awake Coffee Blonde Ale. Now the story of $3 and how that connects to Women's History Month is that a husband and wife team started Three Daughters as a way to help fund their daughter's college education, as well as try to discover what kind of beers they can pair with, like a battered fish. Interesting story, but it's definitely a lot of beers, a lot of different flavors, a lot of different experimentations, but the fact that he did all this just to fund his daughter's college education should tell us a lot of things. Support women, uplift women, protect women. Ooh, I'm definitely getting the awake part. The coffee is very like front of flavor. It fades really quickly. This is one of those heavy, thick, like coffee porter styles. It's like coffee bursts, and then it's just a beer. If you ever wanted to try coffee beer and you stray away from like the heavy porters and stouts, this would be the one for you. Tasty, I like it. I don't know if I could drink like 6 of these, but a couple here and there would do me good. I am definitely awake now. I would give it 3.75 out of 5 points.
The fried pickles are here. I came here with my mind set on getting the cauliflower, the Kung Pao cauliflower, because I haven't had that in a while. It's vegan and gluten-free. But somehow I convinced myself to share these fried pickles with Bear instead. They are vegan. All you need to do is ask for the garlic aioli instead of the ranch, and you're good to go. Easy little substitution there. Let's just dip it. It's like straight mayo, essentially. It's usually on like the oily side, so hopefully I didn't take too much, but I committed to my mistake. Moving to Florida has allowed me to appreciate fried pickles. When I lived in California, I ate a lot of the fried zucchini. They both have like some of the same style of like consistency, just one is more tart than the other. I really like this a lot. So much so that I overrode what I wanted to eat to get it. So I guess I gotta say it's a Princessities item, but I think I'm gonna give it like a 4.5 out of 5. Pickles it's not like, you got to run here and get it. But like if you're here, you have to order it.
The fried pickles. Is it really weird how much of a sucker we are for anything that comes in these little baskets? They provide no benefit. They don't make them any easier to eat. They're just fun looking. And we like fun food. Fried pickles. I feel like when we first started getting these, I thought these were ugly as sin. But every time they've started to look a little bit better. Seasoned breading, nice big pickles, and a nice vegan aioli to go with it. For all of our female sports fans, CityWorks is still the place to come. Good snacks, good beer, wait staff is friendly. Really can't ask for much else at Walt Disney World. Let your husbands take the kids apart. You come here and you watch the game. I'm giving these 4 out of 5 plus.
This is the next drink in celebrating her story, the Bold City Brewing Duke's Cold Nose. We just had this for Flower and Garden Festival, and this beer is near and dear to us because it is from Jacksonville. Bear and I actually used to go to that brewery all the time for lunch. It used to be close to my jobby job that I still have. The co-founder and co-owner, Susan Miller, started a bar, and then her son opened the brewery, and now the whole family is involved in the business. So how great is that? Cheers to Susan. It tastes like dessert, like chocolate. I really like that. I'm gonna give it a 3.75 out of 5 beers. You gotta really enjoy like a deep, rich beer to like this one.
So, Duke's Cold Nose is one of my regular beers that when I can get it, it's kind of hard to turn it down because it does remind me of like, I call Jacksonville like my 3rd or 4th home. I don't know if I call it the first. But if you've ever been to Duval County, you understand exactly why I would say that. Duke's Cold Nose, coming from Bold City, is because Jacksonville used to be called the Bold New City of the South. That's where that Bold City name comes from. This is like the dark beer for people that don't like dark beers, because it's like got the complexity of flavor, but it doesn't sit as heavy as say like a dedicated stout or porter, and it's always smooth. The colder the Cold Nose is, the better it is. 4 out of 5.
Brewing. I had one of their beers at Flower and Garden. Go check out that video. This one is created by a husband and wife duo. They are the first Brevard County brewery in Titusville, which is pretty close by here. Cheers to Donna. Oh, it tastes like an IPA. It's so hoppy. Not my jam. It's just super hoppy, super floral. You gotta be really into beer to enjoy that one. I'm gonna give it like a 2 out of 5 hops. But if you like strong beers or IPAs, you're probably gonna enjoy this way more than I did.
So we had this Playa Linda Red Ale. Interesting, like Titusville is a city that you drive through if you're trying to go like the backside of Orlando, like a Vito area. You're trying to go towards say like
Daytona?
Well, it's after Daytona, but it's like closer to, say, if you want to go to the Space Center. That'd be the way that you would normally head if you were coming like from northern to the south. But if you're ever in the area, their brewery still exists, their first one, in what was originally an old hardware store. So they're giving us the hardware, but in the glass now. Ooh. This is definitely for you bitter beer folks. Red ales, you gotta be a red ale person. I can have them in moderation, but there's a different kind of texture. Still better than an IPA, but I gotta be in the mood. Paired with the right thing, I wouldn't even notice. I would give it 3.5 out of 5 balls. Glad to see CityWorks stepping up and celebrating her story. CityWorks is not usually one of the places that people think about when they do like these like seasonal things here at Disney Springs, even though they do usually participate in most things. They even have something up for St. Patrick's Day already, so don't forget about them.
They're always really good. There are quite a few vegan options, some modifiable, some on the menu. So definitely check them out. They're in like the forsaken corner of Disney Springs.
Next to this empty building that, you know, should be something. Eventually,
It
hopefully.
will be. I decided to share my her story and get a vegan burger. This is not part of the her story. Oof, that doesn't look that great. But it is a vegan option, and I did want to eat a burger with Bear. I didn't think there was any sauce, so I actually got this buffalo sauce that they have, or not buffalo, sorry, barbecue sauce that they have. So I'm just gonna add this, which is cheating, but if you want to see us try it sans sauce, watch our original D-Luxe video. This is just her story, which means it's my story, which means it's my choice whether or not I want to add sauce, and I want to make it saucy. Cheers to all of my sauce bosses out here. We here, as Shelby would say, food is a vehicle for sauce. Shout out to Universal Orlando Vegans, Shelby. I used your phrase, and I love your phrase. Food is a vehicle for sauce, and this is a vehicle for sauce. I love it. It's a basic Beyond Burger, but it's a tasty Beyond Burger. And it's better, I think, than the last burger. Not just because Bear can eat it now, but because you can, it's like a blank slate. So you can really make this burger whatever you want. Vegan, vegetarian, however you want to do it. Add the sauces, don't add the sauces. Make it amazing. Take it to your hotel room. Whatever you want to do with it, it's a good burger. I would give it a 4 out of 5 burgers.
This whole plant-based burger, I love that Deluxe does actually do, I can't even call it seasonal because they rotate burgers and that. I just wish they would rotate some of those toppings onto the plant-based burger, because a lot of the toppings that they rotate in are vegan. It's a matter of just letting people add them. And I'm sure if you asked, they could, but we need more things on the menu. Give the vegans more options. And even look at this burger, I think it's time for us to do another local burger review. If you want us to do a local burger review, I'm not gonna tell you which one. Leave a burger in the comments. That's what most burgers on Disney World property, the cook is inconsistent. It's like perfect on the outside. It's like crispy, well cooked. When you get the middle, it's barely cooked. Which is weird because I thought they cooked most of their burgers here on the flat top, but the way that it's cooked, there's not that they cook like it on the flat top. It's like basically heated in the center, crispy on the outsides. And that's weird. Even just looking at it, it's like it's almost like an alien crop circle. Just saying. 2.5 out of 5 claws. It's probably one of the better burgers you're going to find on Walt Disney World property, but quality is the problem. So, for her story here at D-Luxe, Disney decided to highlight a cast member, which we prefer, cast member Theory, who invented this burger. It's sort of like her version of this Vietnamese style burger with the banh mi, with the jalapeno relish, with the pork belly on top, little burger patty, and cilantro. It's looking beautiful, delicate. Look at the toast on that bun. And then you have the different relish, you have the jalapeno jam on top, and then you have the burger on the bottom, also toasted, tons of cilantro. If you're a cilantro hater, one of those people for which cilantro tastes like soap, this is not the burger for you. I was expecting something more massive. I'm glad that it's more even sized. This is still $14, so your mileage may vary. I was afraid trying this burger, there'd be more beef than pork belly. I thought it would be out of balance. We don't like out of balance food. This is probably like a 60 to 40 burger to pork belly ratio, the more pork belly than burger, which actually works in its favor with the sweetness of the jalapeno jam. And then the relish on there. The cilantro is there, but honestly, it's weird. The cilantro is the weakest flavor in this burger. It's given balmy. It's given like a sweet balmy. And I kind of like it. Honestly, this returns year after year, or pops up on the menu seasonally any other time. I might try to make a case for this. I'm not the biggest burger person. I think burgers are some of the most boring things you can ever eat. But when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. 4.25 out of 5 plus. Disney Springs version of Five Guys, aka D-Luxe, hits way above its weight class.
My burger was amazing. I was super into that, and I would eat many of them. I like them way better than the old burger.
Better seasoning, seasonal things on a vegan burger. Other than that, I have no notes.
I bet there was some women in that kitchen that made it fire.
It's not wrong. It's a shame that seasonally, event-wise, movie-wise, new TV show-wise, nobody does more to celebrate things, even Her Story, than Amorette. They do something literally for everything. Right now they have Easter, still have Black History Month, and they have Her Story for Women's History Month, all in the same case. Problem is that one, none of that stuff is ever vegan, so she can have any. And then this time, just like last month, it's got cream cheese mousse in it. So I can't eat any of it. Even have a bite of it, or I would end up deathly ill. And it's sad because those cakes in there are so pretty.
They are very cute, but I wish that they would accommodate our preferences.
Yes, but if you're looking for a cake, well, you're at Walt Disney World, cupcake, birthday cake, Amorette's is always a good place to go.
Or Erin McKenna's.
Erin McKenna's for you vegans. We might go check out there too.
Gluten-free people. A blondie bite. Erin McKenna's also has a brownie bite, but I really wanted to try a blondie bite, so I got 2 so Bear and I could try it for the video. It's really thick and dry. It's not moist, but it does remind me of a cookie and a brownie. It's just not like the moistest of the blondies, but it's like a decent blondie. I think Universal did the blondie a little bit better, but I think Erin McKenna's is a little more flavorful. I'm gonna give it like a 2.5 out of 5 blondies. It's not Marilyn Monroe level.
Have you ever wondered as a vegan if there's anything worth making a detour for while you're here? I would say not every trip, but at least once you need to make a detour to go to Erin McKenna's. Completely vegan and gluten-free. They have seasonal desserts, they have their regular desserts. And I'd even say it's worth it for a breakfast spot if you get here that early. Their bombs, or even which is like their breakfast or amalgamation biscuit, is even better than some of their cupcakes. In this case, we're getting their blondie brownie, which is like blonde, and then brownie. I think that's where it gets its name. Small but succulent. Tastes like a blondie. It's given a little drier side, but honestly, it's a blondie. I can't really say for that. It's not one of the best one I've ever had. It's going to be a little bit more moist. But here your options are limited for desserts, especially outside of a buffet or a signature dining restaurant. I would give it 3.5 out of 5 plus.
Now this is a super sweet cupcake that is filled with agave. It's actually a February Valentine's Day treat, but it's still around for Her Story, so we're celebrating Erin McKenna's story. That's really rich. It does taste like a Hostess cupcake, and this was my favorite like Hostess thing when I wasn't vegan. So the fact that I have this available to me, I really love and appreciate. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 cupcakes. is a chocolate lover's dream.
Bringing it back vegan / gluten-free style with this Valentine's Day treat. Them doing things for seasonal, they do both months, and then they also do holidays. It's really sad that they don't have anything for her story, because Erin McKenna's is a her story, and yet I feel like it's been left out in the past couple months. I don't know why. Either way, we thought we'd give them a little bit of representation this month as we try, because if Disney fails to give us representation that we need, we will find it. Honestly, just giving a more dense version of what would be a Hostess cupcake. The Hostess cupcakes are already dense on their own, but they're a lot lighter than this. This feels a bit heavier, but it's still got that flavor. If you had told me that this was a high-end Hostess cupcake for like a pop-up or a spin-off, I'd believe you. 4 out of 5 stars.
Strawberry shortcake. Let's see how this strawberry shortcake compares to what we got at Flower and Garden Festival. Let's pull up all these layers of goodness. Oof. Cheers. Wow. Wow. I don't want to share this. This is way more flavorful than anything that we got at Flower and Garden Festival. Ooh, this is good. Oh, this is my favorite thing we've had. 5 out of 5. This is a Princessities item. If you like strawberries, you gotta have like 10 of these. These are so good.
So strawberry cupcake cup, or just strawberry shortcake cup. Short. It's short. It's definitely giving that. Got the layers. You got the cream. You got the cake, and you got plenty of strawberries. I would say evenly balanced between the layers. I can see why the princess likes this. It's giving fresh everything. Whereas like the Flower and Garden strawberry shortcake was like fresh cake. Here's some whip. Here's some congealed strawberries in syrup. This is giving fresh everything. And it's winning literally by a mile. I can see why the princess wouldn't want to share this. You're not wanting to share either. If we can give you one tip, Erin McKenna's. This is a bit pricey, yes. But in most cases, it's worth it. If you only want one, buy two, because whoever you're with is going to steal the other one. Just a Disney planning pro tip. You're going to spend more than you plan on Erin McKenna's every single time. I give this 4.75 out of 5 claws. It's almost perfect. It's almost perfect.
My beloved veggie bomb has been replaced with a pizza bomb, which is supposedly better, but also tastes the same. They don't give you earth balance to go with it, so I feel like I need to go like oven roast it and then add earth balance at home myself. So I'm just gonna give you guys a maybe bite, but then I want to take it home and make it like a for real good dish. It tastes like a cheesy veggie bomb. Do I like it more? No, I kind of like the original veggie bomb a little bit more, but I will eat this. If Bear brought home a dozen of these, I would eat one a day, and I wouldn't be upset that he brought me home a dozen. But I have to put earth balance. I gotta toast it, because by itself, it's not a vibe. I'm gonna give it a 2.75 out of 5 veggie bombs. It is da bomb, but not in the way that you think.
So here we have the replacement for our alleged veggie bomb. You replace a veggie bomb with a pizza bomb. Feels like a downgrade already. I remember when these were like muffin size. Now they've become like little mini discs on their own. So I can understand the similarity to pizza. You see the Italian seasoning on top, the tomatoes inside. Does it taste better? It feels already denser and drier. I'm definitely going to say that it does taste very similar to a veggie bomb. The only addition really feels to me like less green veggies and more Italian seasoning. But the veggie bombs are always best to get like first thing in the morning. I'd say before noon. Anything after that, then usually they've been sitting all day. They don't usually make them late in the day. And you know, with one that's been sitting for hours, which is exactly what this tastes like. so it's dry and not so soft. Now, look, easy solution to that is take them home, like Princess said, and toast them, just like brand new. But like getting them here afternoon, if you don't have access to an oven or even just a microwave, like a wet paper towel
or toaster,
it's not a vibe. Given to it as it was given to us, I can't help but give it a 2 out of 5 clogs. It's almost a choking hazard. The flavor's good.
I don't think that a trip to Disney Springs would be complete, no matter whose story it is, without a trip to Polite Pig and to get an apple cider whiskey sour to celebrate her story and our story at Polite Pig. So good, so sweet. It's like eating apple pie. It's the perfect dessert for a beautiful day at Disney Springs. It was supposed to rain today. I brought my umbrella. It has not rained at all. It's actually been a gorgeous day, and I'm kind of mad that the lights are. But at least there's this. I give it a 4 out of 5. Whiskays is beautiful.
Oh, it's the absolute limit. That's how a bear does it. There's always two people in this partnership. There's the person that pours things and makes a mess, and then there's the poor master. In this relationship, I am definitely the poor master. The princess is the one that makes a mess. For drinks. The whiskey, apple pie whiskey sour is something we get here almost every time. I will say, if you ever to stop at any bar at Disney Springs, there are 2 bars you should always stop at. One is Polite Pig, the other is Frontera. Cheers to her story. This is dedicated to Chef Hannah. This is not what Chef Hannah made. We'll get to that, but cheers to Chef Hannah. It's always a 5 out of 5 call. It's on the Bear Sensi's list. It was not vegan for a while. I'm glad it's vegan again. Delicious. So here we have the blackened mahi mahi, the Polite Pig, option for both March and Women's History Month, the Her Story. This dish is created by Chef Hannah. Thank you, Chef Hannah, for creating food that looks so pretty on the plate. It's a nice, large piece of blackened mahi mahi on top of a citrus-based salad, with chickpeas and your peppers and mandarin oranges in here. Everything that should pair pretty well with the mahi. Now, mahi is a fish, a white fish that soaks up flavors very well. It takes to being blackened very well, and honestly, it's my favorite fish. I'm not going to say they thought of me when they were making this, because I'm sure they did not, but I love a good mahi mahi. However, you can also ruin mahi mahi for me. That's a risk. It's a risk. That is a perfect black fish. On the inside, look at this. And the outside. Perfect color. Inside, nice, moist, and flaky. All around. Evenly seasoned. Every side, every angle. Every angle. It's beautiful. That is amazing mahi. They're going to serve this on anything. They're going to serve this on a bed of rice. They're going to serve this on the side of the cauliflower. They're going to serve this anything else you make in house. And in this salad with the peppers and the oranges, it just mixes rather well. There's a heat to the mahi, being blackened, coming from being so covered with seasoning. It's not like a habanero or jalapeno heat. It's a seasoning heat. It puts it somewhere like a 3 out of 10 on the spice scale. It's got a kick, for sure. And both the lettuce and the oranges go a long way towards balancing that out. This is a good light dish. This is a barbecue restaurant, but when they do something seasonal, they put it on their like seasonal chef menu. They don't miss. They never put anything on their chef menu unless they're sure that it's amazing. This is no different. 4.5 out of 5 stars. I'm telling you, if you're craving barbecue at Walt Disney World, whenever that curve may hit, you will not go wrong at Polite Pig. They're not paying me, they're not feeding me, unless I pay my money for it. This is the place to come barbecue at Walt Disney World. I know around the rodeo is the easy choice, but this is it. No gatekeeping, no secrets. This isn't a Disney hack. It's just the truth. If you want good barbecue, this is the only place on Disney barbecue. This month's seasonal item, Polite Pig, the Mahi Mahi blackened salad, is good. I think the pork belly from last month was a little bit better. The salad's fine. The chickpeas is really my only issue because they're really hard to eat on a fork. If you're trying to eat salad and the peppers and everything else, these can be kind of hard if they're impossible to pick up. So you don't getting as much of that chickpea crunch in there as you normally would. But the dressing's good, the seasoning, the salad's good. If you're something light, the mahi's the way to go. They definitely did Mahi Mahi right. Would you believe that we spent all this time here and we forgot something?
There aren't a lot of things for celebrating her story, but somehow we still missed Frontera.
And Disney, you will be catching shade for the lack of items this entire month, just so you know. But yeah, Frontera has drinks, and we love their drinks, so we're going to go back and get that.
Frida margarita over here. This margarita is looking like pink popcorn, which was my favorite drink at La Cava. This is a Palmas restaurant, group restaurant, so they are all like the same mixtures, but this one's for Frida. Thank you. And the first woman to be a tequila. Wow. It's very floral. When they say rose petal, they mean rose petal. It is not like the pink popcorn. My favorite drink that we've had from Frontera since we started coming here for specialty things is still probably Flavors of Florida and the Agave Maria, which has stayed on the menu. This one, not as good. I would give it like a 2.5 out of 5 Fritas. It's just a little too floral for me. It needs more like tequila punch.
I'm rather disappointed in us for forgetting to come here to do this margarita because we will use any excuse from Frontera. The menu doesn't change very often, but the drinks change all the time. And every single time something pops up here, trust me, we are going to make an excuse or make a video to try to figure out a way to come here. This is definitely one of them. It's pink. It's got pink salt. I guess women like pink, but no. Recognizing the first female tequila. Either way. Ooh. It's very floral. And I know that in the past, I've really hated on floral margaritas. It's tasting like basically perfume in a glass. This is like the right balance. It's very light floral. That disappears as like the tequila goes on your throat. The salt perfectly pops off. I would give this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I know your friends tell you when you come to Disney World, you gotta stop by La Cava to get your drinks. But all the best things about La Cava, they have here. And, not to gatekeep, they usually have bar seating. If you want actual good drinks at Disney Springs, this should be the first bar you stop at. And you can take your drinks to go.
And avocado margarita.
And they have the avocado margarita. And the agave maria. The menu here for drinks is stacked. 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's Women's History Month. Even if you don't know women's history, I need you to learn the history of the women in your own lives. For just 1 month. You should be learning all year. But this month, I challenge you as your number one choice in food and entertainment to learn the history, both good and bad, of the women around you. They deserve to be respected, supported, uplifted, and protected. And heard. If you're doing anything less, I, she, us, are disappointed in you. So, if there's anything else you'd like to see us do, by all means, the comments are a place to find us. In the comments. Normally I would ask you to tell us what you want us to do next, this time I prefer you leave just the first name or even the initials of a woman in your life that you look up to.
Ooh.
If there's anything else you'd like to see us do, you already know how to find us. Hit the notification bell to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't find out a fact about one female in your life, she will definitely tell you. Go to her. But if you don't find one fact of one female in your life this whole month, what are you doing with your life? And Bear is going to yeet himself over, I don't know, the planet. If you don't do this, because it's so easy. Just find some female in your life and respect her and learn about her and appreciate her story.
You heard the girl. I've never meant that more than I mean it right now.